When did you first think of writing the book?
Well, I suppose the minute the train came into the station when I was 5, I wasn't going to think about a book then, but something was happening. And when I got on the boat in Dublin Bay, the seed was sown underground. One day it would all flourish. I began, I suppose, at the age of 9 to write little poems, to compose little melodies whenever I thought of the beautiful time I'd had, and I wanted to return somehow creatively to it. My mother, my new mother, my real mother, she was very good. She bought me a typewriter in my teenage years, a tape recorder to encourage me to foster those thoughts about the lovely childhood. And by the time I was 19, I wrote a version of this book. I remember Hutchison's, the publishers, new authors, having a chat with me, and also Murray's, but I'm glad that I never got it published, because I'm ashamed of the style of writing that then and the quality of my writing, which is much, much better now.
Why did you wait so many years before writing the book?
Well, I suppose, I wanted to teach, just like my gran and my uncle had taught me so intimately. I wanted to teach the young, and I spent 40 years doing that, and then, a head teacher in a school. And of course I was married, and I still am, 43 happy years, and I had my 3 sons, wonderful boys. I'm very proud of them. And I just felt whatever I was writing, and I did write, was inadequate, not good enough. And I have volumes of it stored in cupboards, and I'm tempted to burn it all. I'm glad now in my twilight years that I'm writing now. It sounds very lofty. I think I'm writing much better now.
Why is the book important, and who should read it?
I think it's very important for a couple of reasons. Being a teacher myself, those people involved in early childhood, seeing this child in his formative years, when he was very receptive, and the way he was educated at the hands of nature, slowly able to incubate on all those ideas. They would be interested in this book. Of course, people who write about war, and they've written about it so much, and the horrors and the victories and all that, they could see this story as a side issue, a little gem of happiness because of the war, and I think they would want to return to it again and again. Yeah.
What is your goal as a writer?
Sorry, my goal? Well, I'm now halfway through writing the second book, and I've got book 3 and book 4 in various forms in my summer house at the bottom of the garden. I want to write, I suppose, in an entertaining, amusing way, but always asking that undercurrent, the question, have we lost something in life, something precious? And I don't want my book to go into a bookshop, if it ever gets there, for just a month or 2, or to be sold next Christmas and then sent back in a cardboard box. I hope my children, my grandchildren, my descendants will come back to this book and say, that was a really nice book. And maybe some commentators in universities, studying Irish literature in the 20th century, sounds very lofty, doesn't it? But I hope they say, who's that chap who wrote about Ireland in the 20th century, the rural communities? Yes, Edward Hickey. He could write a bit, couldn't he? Yeah, put a few words together.
Thank you very much. Edward Forde Hickey, and the book is The Early Morning Light.